D Noah Drive 229 here. Beautiful day in South Atlanta, as always. That good old January weather. That good old 50 degrees. But today we're gonna do the 5 things I hate. But first, my key fob is not working, so I'm gonna go to Audi real quick. So we're gonna do a quick time lapse, go to Audi, then we're gonna jump into the 5 things I hate about my S5. Let's go. Oh. Okay, so we here, Audi, South Atlanta. I don't live but like 5 miles away, so it really didn't take that long to get here. There's a clean S5 behind me. I'm gonna show that to y'all. Hopefully I can get the key fixed, and I might try to make a connection with somebody at the dealership, so maybe they'll give me and Calvin some cars to review for you guys. Never know, we'll see. So let's ride out. Oh, that's a RS5. Bruh. Thing is sick. It does look a little meaner than the S5. Just a little bit. Bet it sounds crazy. Let's go inside. Hello, how you doing? I'm alright. I just had a quick question. My key fob, was the batteries like running out?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brandon can replace it for you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. S6. Quilted leather. So I think about the S6. Of course. S5 looks awesome. But the R8, that's where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still an option. It's part of the tone.
180.
This would be premium plus, and this would be also.
For everybody with 180K to waste. Gonna get you alright. Okay, so your boy just got the key fixed and just set up an appointment to do a review of the RS5. So we got the plug from South Atlanta BMW. I just talked to the manager. His name's Bruce. He's real cool. He said we can come back whenever and do the review, test drive, film it. He said we can do whatever we want to do. He said just let him know. So me and Calvin will be back shortly. We might can even do like a head-to-head. We might can do like a S5 or RS5 head-to-head. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this was awesome. Okay, yeah, so that was awesome. That was very productive. RS5 review on the way. But now, real briefly, we're gonna get into 5 things that I hate about my current S5. Really, it's only 4 things. There's only 4 things I could think of. I'm gonna try to think of a 5th while talking about the 4 things that I know I don't like. But those 4 things are kind of major and probably gonna lead to me getting rid of the car, so 4 may be enough, so we shall see. But anyway, number 1 thing I hate about my S5 would have to be the performance for the money. Now, the fact of how much this car costs is gonna play a part in a couple of these, so it's pretty important. But basically, the sticker of this S5 that I have optioned out, this one has pretty much every option. If you try to get this car brand new, I think the sticker is 68, like 325. I think it's $68,325 for a fully optioned out, everything on it, S5. Now, the problem with that is this car 0 to 60 is only like 5 seconds. I think it's like 4.8, and it's fast. That's reasonably fast, but for the competition, that makes no sense, because for $70,000, you could have a clean M4, like not even a based out one. Like you could actually put a couple options on the M4 and blow the doors off this car. I'm talking about blow them off. And so that really doesn't make any sense. Like the competition for this car is like a 435i, a Mercedes, maybe like C43, is that what it's called now? C43 Mercedes. And those cars don't cost nearly what this one does. You can get a 435 for maybe like 55, but that's a big difference from 68. Now you can get a based out S5 for maybe 58, I think. But even still, I think that Audis just in general cost too much. So that's the number 1 thing I don't like about this car, is the performance per dollar sucks. Now, fortunately, or not fortunately, I just wouldn't have done it, but I didn't get this car brand new, so it doesn't matter as much. When you're paying $40,000, it doesn't really matter as much. But it makes no sense why this car is as slow as it is for the money. So that's my number 1 thing that I don't understand. Audi, you can put a little bit more power in here, or you need to drop the price a little bit. One of the two, because it doesn't make any sense. No way I'm gonna buy this over an M4 for the same price. No way. Clean Z06, by the way, over there. Y'all probably can't see that. Anyway, number 2 thing that I hate about my S5 would probably have to be the Quattro system. Now, I don't hate the Quattro system. It's actually a pretty good system. That's not what I'm saying. But me personally, and where I live, it's kind of unnecessary and not that fun. It can be fun. I mean, you know, being able to take corners very fast and not losing traction is fun sometimes, but you kind of always have to be pushing it. And to me, it's a lot more fun, I think, now that I've driven an all-wheel drive and a rear-wheel drive car. I think I would prefer a rear-wheel drive car, especially since I don't need the Quattro living in Atlanta. Like, it's December, I mean, it's January, what's the date? 20-something. It's January 20-something, and it's like 50 degrees outside, 55 degrees. I don't need the Quattro system. And so I think I would rather have something that's rear-wheel drive and a bit more fun, spin the tail out, do donuts, and all that. So that's not really a gripe on the Quattro system itself. It's just the fact that, for me personally, and the environment that I live in, it's not really necessary. So I think definitely my next car will probably be rear-wheel drive. So that's number 2 thing I hate, is I kind of miss the rear-wheel drive. Number 3 thing I hate about my S5 goes back to the it costs too much thing. Now this is slightly a different take on it, but there's no distinction between an A5 and an S5. I mean, maybe a little bit, but when you look at the cars, Audi didn't really do much to differentiate a base A5 from a totally top of the line S5. Now, for instance, BMW, there's a clear difference in the 435, especially the one with the M Sport package, the one that's fully optioned. A fully optioned 435i looks way different than a base 428. Like, there's no question that that person driving that car spent a little bit more, and that car is a bit more special. As soon as you see it, you don't have to ask any questions. The S5 just looks like an A5. Like, I've had many people walk up to me and say, "Oh, is that an A5?" I'm like, "No, it's an S5." And some people might like that kind of understated look, but I feel like when you're paying probably $30,000 more, because a base A5 is probably, I think it's like 30,000, 35 maybe. So when you're paying 30, 40 more $1,000, it would be nice. And that car just like totally ran the red light. And then there's a policeman right there. He must didn't see that. They literally went around me at the red light, ran the red light, and then got back. It's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, the S5 for $70,000 doesn't look like a $70,000 car. I mean, me personally, if I was gonna spend that much, which as I already mentioned in my first gripe with the car, I wouldn't have, but if you're gonna spend $70,000, you kind of want your car to look different than its $30,000 sister. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. A lot of people probably wouldn't care about that, but I think a lot of people do. I don't know, I think Audi can do a bit better job. Take maybe some notes from BMW or even Mercedes, because you can clearly see that a C63 is not a C300. Like, you don't have to ask any questions. So I think Audi can take some notes from BMW and Mercedes and differentiate their higher end models a bit more. Because as of right now, the only thing that's different is a little badge on the side that says 3.0T for some reason, supercharged, and the quad pipes in the back, which, I mean, most people aren't gonna notice that. So that's my third gripe. They can make it look a bit more aggressive, a bit more different than the A5. Okay, fourth thing I hate about my S5 is the exhaust. Now, while the engine sounds good, you know, they switched it from the V8 that was in the last generation to the 3.0 supercharged V6. The engine itself sounds alright, but I feel like, once again, for the money, for this being a quote-unquote performance car, they could have made the exhaust a little bit louder, sound a little better. Like, this car makes no sound at all right now, out of the exhaust, out of the back. And I think they could have did a better job with that. I would have liked to see a bit more noise, because obviously somebody buying this car is more performance oriented, and so that's what they wanted. So I think they could have put a little bit louder exhaust on here. Would have made things much better. And fifth, hold on, what you talking about? You alright? Okay. I don't need it. I hear you, Q. Hey, I'll sell it to you. You gotta have it? What? I don't know if I can let you have the car, Q. You have it? Okay. That was the leasing manager at the apartments that I stay in. Very nice apartment. She's a very nice lady. If y'all live in the South Atlanta area, you should definitely check out Oakley Park. Always great service, nice. But anyway, I keep getting off track. The exhaust, yeah, you can do better, Audi. Do better with the exhaust. So that's basically my 4 gripes. And as you kind of saw a theme, they all kind of stem behind the fact that this car costs too much. Brand new especially. Like, there's no reason for this car to cost $70,000. No reason at all for it to cost $70,000. So that's basically the things that I hate about my Audi. Like I say, we got a full review coming soon, me and Calvin. Also, I got the hookup at South Audi, so we're gonna be doing the RS5 too to see if that's also overpriced. Probably is, but it's still awesome. It's got the same 4.2 V8 that the old R8 has, so that's pretty dope. So we got that coming soon. This has been 4 things that I hate about my S5, the no-wheel drive 229. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And y'all have a great day. More content to come.